We Catholics expect our priests to be available to us whenever we need them, particularly in times of crisis. In Matthew's Gospel, at one point, Peter asked Jesus on behalf of himself and the other disciples, "What about us? We have given up everything to follow you. What are we to have?" And Jesus responds, "Anyone who has walked away from father or mother, brothers or sisters, children or land, for the sake of my name, will be paid 100 times over, and also inherit eternal life." Jesus recognised the enormous human sacrifices that people make when they dedicate their lives to God. But what about us? Do we recognise what our priests give up for us? What do we do to reward them?
I think that the presence of a priest in my life has been one that has helped me to integrate my life better than if I didn't have that assistance. And I think that's because a priest in the real sense is someone who people know has given his life for others and is absolutely available, so that you can go to him knowing that your needs are more important than his needs.
I've seen a lot of changes in the church too, and I've always appreciated what the church has done for us. And I worked as a parish secretary. I've worked in a lot of the groups in the church, and I really saw firsthand what the priests do, and they just don't, it's not a 9-to-5 job.
These days, most of our priests live alone. But when ill health or advancing age necessitates they retire from full-time ministry, what happens to them? Who looks after them? They don't have any family of their own. In our diocese in Townsville, we have the Clergy Foundation, or the Foundation for the Care of Sick and Retired Priests. This foundation takes care of the health, accommodation and transportation needs of these men. Currently, we have 5 priests who depend on the foundation for support. Father Ben Lewis, Father Joe Baxter, Father Bill Buzzeton, Father Alan Sheldrick and Father Terry Lyons.
Years ago I used to worry what Don would do once he retired, because he was always very independent, and I know he wouldn't have liked living with family. So it was really important for him to keep that independence, and it was through Clergy Foundation that he was able to go into a unit at Villa Vincent up until 2 weeks before he died, actually.
Another year's gone by, and we've realised we're getting that little bit older, and as each year goes by so quickly at times, we realise the need that before long I'll be one of those, hopefully a recipient of the Clergy Sick and Retired Priests Foundation. So when we have this appeal this Sunday, it's an opportunity for you to think of those priests who've been in your parish beforehand and how they've been of service and how quickly things have changed for them and for us, and the need we have to really support them. Things haven't gone down in price over those years as we've got older. In fact, the need becomes even greater for you to contribute to that appeal. So please think about giving, and giving generously to this appeal, to support those who are aged, sick or infirmed, and to make our life and our future one we really look forward to being with you and to continue to minister, whether we're retired or not.
He did give his whole life, 60 years as a priest, and he was always, he never complained. If he was sent to, he went to a lot of different parishes, and he never complained about, oh, having to go to this one or that one. He always just took it as his life and his vocation. So it was a really, a good feeling to know that when he got to the stage where he couldn't look after himself, that the diocese was there for him.
They seem to continue to serve, and so we must, I think that the support should continue the same as their life continues. Whatever support they need to carry out that life for all vocation that they've adopted should continue to be given even in their, if you like, retired phase of their priestly life.
I would definitely ask people to make sure that they don't let our priests go into retirement and not be looked after.
Please be generous to this appeal so that these retired priests can live out their days in comfort, security and dignity.